Woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia! Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria! Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away an hungry...
Okay, so in part one, we went through verse 1 to about the 4th verse, I believe, right? And so, you know, we talked about we talked about Babylon, right? Talked about King Hammurabi, a Babylonian king who created a judicial or penal code system that the United States base their laws from, right? Their uniform commercial code or penal code that they use to prosecute people. They got that from Babylon, man. Okay, so this is the daughter of Babylon. All right, because they structure themselves like the Babylonians did. The Babylonians, they were known for building high buildings. I believe they call them cigarettes, something like that. And here in the United States, they believe in building skyscrapers, right? Esau, whose habitation is high, right? That's written. So right here, it explains about Babylon and Asia, Egypt and Syria. All these represent the top ruling nations, mainly America, man, that the Lord's gonna destroy. Okay, it's gonna do away with them by way of thermonuclear missiles. That's why I said a plague. It says plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? The main plague that's going to take place is the plague of nuclear missiles raining down on America. All right. In Revelation, it says 200,000 like 200 million missiles, and what that's counting is the warheads. All right, because it speaks about in Revelation about the that these had heads, I believe it said, heads as of a lion, and they do bite some to the extent. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is the book of Revelation, the 9th chapter and the 15th verse, right? And it reads, "And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the 1/3 part of men." And that's talking about the end, man. The World War III, in one particular month of one particular year of and one particular month within that year, and one particular day, right, and one particular hour that the Lord will choose to bring this great judgment this plague of fire caused by thermonuclear missiles to come upon men. All right, and mainly Esau, right? The Edomites, 2/3 of our people, right? And whoever is living here in America, because the great judgment is going to take place here in Babylon the Great. You can read about that in the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter. See, so, and that was a mystery, but that mystery was revealed to the men of the Lord, right? The men of the Lord, and the men of the Lord are the apostles, bishops, elders, teachers, followers of Great Millstone that have 100% truth. All right. And it says, for to slay the third part of men. Esau, the so-called white man, he's the third part of men, because in the beginning you had 3 classifications of man. All right. You had the sons of the Most High, the sons of the power, right? Sons of God. All right. Those are, they later on became to be known as the Israelites. Okay, the Hebrew Israelites. Then you had the sons of the wicked one, or children of the wicked one, which is the wicked one represents the spiritual demon Satan, and then his physical counterparts down here on earth. Okay, in the garden, that represents the sons of the wicked one represent the so-called white man. Now in the garden, they had color. The so-called white man had color. All right, until they were cursed when the Lord had them come back as Esau, Edom. They were born transparent. All right, where their blood showed forth through their skin, and now they are known as, you know, Caucasian people, so-called white people. All right, these are the children of the wicked one, the children of the devil. Then you had the sons of men, or the children of men, that represent the other nations. Okay, the heathen. So those are the 3 classifications of men here on earth. So the third part would be Esau. I should have mentioned Esau last, right? Sons of the Most High, sons of men, and sons of the wicked one. And the Lord is coming to destroy them. All right? I mean, who besides them caused so much chaos and destruction and death on the planet Earth, man? Who besides them went around the whole entire earth and stole everything that people had, resources, people, you know, treasures, and then lied to everyone? Who did that? You know, in a great scale here on earth. The so-called white man did, the Edomites. And that's why the Most High is coming to destroy them. These are our enemies, and the Most High's enemy. The Most High's enemies, and the Most High hate them. Okay, it says, verse 16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. That's talking about, it's not talking about actual horses or actual horsemen. It's talking about these missiles, this arsenal. All right, these thermonuclear missiles, that's the Most High's armory, his weapons that he's going to use to destroy these wicked people. Okay? And I heard the number of them. Right? So St. John, he heard them. He saw this vision of them coming, flying, you know, and the noise that they were making. in the air, man. Like in certain war movies, when they have the militaries, like, you know, one of those period pieces, ancient movies, they have a whole bunch of horses and they're all running together. It sounds like thunder. So that's what John heard, but in the sky, right? Because the missiles will be coming over here, flying over here. All right. And it says, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, meaning he saw the missiles in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. So that's talking about the warheads, man. Okay, it's talking about the warheads, because that's where the power is in the missile, right? That's where the destruction comes from. Those nuclear warheads within the head of that missile, man. All right, that's what causes damage. See, that's what's gonna burn all these people who are left on this land up. That's what's gonna cause the Great Lake of Fire, man, and it's gonna terribly shake the earth, like it is written. It says, by these three was the third part of men killed, right? Edomites. It represents over here, you know, where the third part of men were ruling the most, over here in this wicked empire known as America, or the United States. Okay, this big corporation. By these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone, which issued, sorry, it says which issued out of their mouths, right? In other words, it's talking about the warheads, man. This fire and brimstone came out of the heads of the missiles, man, and that's what causes the fire. And it says, the 19th verse, for their power is in their mouth and in their tails. Right, the tails, the propulsion system that these missiles have to propel it to their targets, right? For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads. Right, he said that because he's seen them flying in the sky, and the fire and the smoke that the missiles left looked like the tail of a snake, okay, a serpent. For their powers in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, yeah, also known as nuclear warheads. And with them they do hurt, right? They when they hit ground zero, they explode and they let out all this chemical and radiation mixed with fire and smoke. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. And that's over here in America. Okay? Over here in America is where they worship the different idols. Hell, they make people into idols, right? These stars and entertainers, they turn them into idols, man. And they worship them. In America, they got the highest murder rate out of the different countries, man. You know? And as far as thefts go, hell, America itself was stolen, right, by the so-called white man from our brothers, the Gadites, man. All right, and the Reubenites, right, the Seminole Indians. So this is the judgment against Esau, Edom, who are the so-called white man, so-called white people, all right, on the planet Earth.
Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood? Or may any one quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn
Right, it says, may any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when it hath begun to burn? And the answer is no, because once the Most High set these missiles off, no one could turn it back. And once they hit their target and explode and create this fire, nobody's gonna be able to put that fire out. Okay, America's gonna be burning for a long time. All right, and scriptures talk about in Isaiah the 34th chapter that desert creatures will inhabit this continent. The Lord's gonna leave it as a big memorial. You know, but that's not going to happen for many years because, you know, because of all the smoke and radiation and the nuclear winter that's going to happen, that will be caused by the missiles. Okay.
May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may any one quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer, the mighty Lord.
May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The answer is no. And the arrow is these missiles. The archers are the silos that the missiles are kept in. Okay? And where they're going to be shot off from.
May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, the sea riseth up.
Right, it says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. Now, the Lord is threatening now by way of his prophets out on the highways and byways and hedges, man. By us being out there, we're we're putting out this threat that the Lord is coming to destroy the so-called white man, man. Esau, Edom. You know, the man who destroyed the earth. The Lord's coming to remove it. Once he's removed, then Yahweh Shai, our Lord, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which is a black man, he's gonna reign, and then we're gonna reign with him, and then a new world will arise in righteousness, man. But this world here is set upon wickedness because the children of the wicked one are ruling.
The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea riseth up with waves from the deep.
Right, it says the earth quaketh because that's what's going to happen once these missiles hit. It's going to cause the earth to quake and to rock and to shake. That's how powerful these missiles will be when they pelt the earth, man.
The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea riseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand.
Yeah, it says the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The foundations are those tectonic plates, man. So these missiles are going to cause the earth to shake, but also it's going to cause the earth to quake. The great earthquake to happen, man, or earthquakes to happen because of the pounding of these missiles hitting, right? The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, right? So the earth is shaking, so the sea is gonna be moving, waves, right? Big old waves happening, okay? Because of these missiles, man. And the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power, right? So all the fish and the animals in the sea, even they're gonna be shaking and moving. That's how strong these missiles will be.
For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are set.
It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, right? The technology that he gave unto men to shoot these missiles off they're powerful. These silos are powerful. This technology is powerful, man. Okay? And that's the bow, the silos, man. And the arrow is these nuclear missiles, all right? For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows, which are the missiles that he shooteth, are sharp and shall not miss. They're not gonna miss their targets. Because these missiles have that guidance system, that, you know, and they will hit their targets. And in Joel the 3rd chapter, it says that they're not gonna break their ranks. They're not gonna hit one another. All right, they're all gonna hit their target. That says when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Right, the ends of the world is right over here in America, Babylon the Great, man.
Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again, until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out, till it consume the foundation of the earth, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty arrow.
It says, behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again, until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out, till it consume the foundation of the earth. And it's not talking about the whole entire earth. It's talking about a particular part of the earth, which is over here, known as this continent known as North America. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward. Even so the plagues like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. So yeah, I'm gonna end part 2 there. But you know, you know, this scenario is mentioned by many prophets, and they're all speaking about the same thing, the end of Esau's world. So with that, I'm gonna end part 2 there, and Lord willing, come back with part 3. I'm gonna just keep on going until I finish second Esdras, the 16th chapter. All right, because it's all about prophecy. So with that, Bishop Sakaran signing off. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that the YouTube algorithm can spread this word. All right. Shalom.